Hello, kia ora. I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you very much for joining us for our Friday weather update for September the 23rd. The spring equinox today across New Zealand and Australia. That means our days and our nights about equal length. And over the coming weeks, you're going to notice the days getting longer than the nights. And it'll be like that all the way through until pretty much the end of December. Let's take a look at the animated wind map today. We're showing where the rainfall is over a 3-hour period. So you can see the bulk of the rain up around the tropics between Fiji and Vanuatu and down and around and into New Zealand. That's why we're seeing some bigger rainfall totals in these eastern areas. So please do keep up to date with your local weather watches and also your rainfall totals, which you can get from our website and our app, and also from ruralweather.co.nz. So the bulk of the rain in New Zealand in this zone through central and eastern areas. The low is just off the west coast and it's windy through Cook Strait with gale force winds there today. In Australia, the rain finally starting to move out to sea to some degree, at least up around Queensland. Further down around New South Wales and parts of Victoria, the rain and showers are still there, but nothing too serious, and a little bit of wet weather also around Tasmania. Let's have a look at the forecast. Here we are for Saturday. High pressure is the main feature in the middle of the map here, pushing into the New Zealand area for our long weekend to mark the death of Queen Elizabeth II. So we've got Monday off, 3-day weekend, and Saturday sees showers around the Marlborough Sounds and up around Waitarapa, Hawke's Bay, and still into the Gisborne area. A few showers will spread over elsewhere, but generally speaking, it's settled and dry. And in Australia, dry now up for Queensland, but still raining for Sydney and nearby places. And we've got a colder change coming in for parts of Tasmania. Nothing major, but just a bit of a temperature drop. As we go through the weekend, by Sunday, we're seeing a stormy system moving into Adelaide, gale force winds right near the centre of the city there, I should say, and also out towards Kangaroo Island. We've got low pressure in the Tasman Sea, and the reason why I'm focused on these lows is because there's not much else going on in the New Zealand area. We've got a few showers around the eastern side of the North Island, and northerly winds coming down for the south. So Sunday's fairly mild in the South Island, but there's not really a lot going on weather-wise. For Monday, a couple of showers at the very top of New Zealand around the Bay of Islands and Northland. Otherwise dry and a mild airflow right across the country with those northerly winds. But a different story over in Tasmania because that low pressure system moves into there. Wind and rain for both parts of Tasmania and also Victoria, but pretty much settled elsewhere. So as we go through next week, Tuesday is pretty unsettled in the Australia area, in the southeastern corner, with rain, wind, and then a colder southerly coming through behind it. But there is a big high around South Australia. For New Zealand on Tuesday, the high is parked out over the Chatham Islands. Easterlies carry on at the top of the country. A couple of showers around the Bay of Islands, nothing too much in there. And the rain starts to line up with the South Island's west coast. That's the next rain event coming in for you. By the middle of next week, by Wednesday, that rain has moved up the coast. It's not a major event, but it's just sort of the next wet weather event for you. Generally speaking, the next few months ahead may be drier than average for the west coast, so make the most of the rain while you've got it. Now over in Aussie, there's a stormy system just off the coast here from ACT and parts of New South Wales. That's driving in a colder southerly flow for Victoria and also coming into Sydney later on, but otherwise the rest of Australia is remarkably settled really for this time of the year. There's a lack of windy westerlies from the Southern Ocean. They are there on the map, they're just being pushed further down because of these highs. So once the highs move up a wee bit more, or even down a wee bit more, depending on where they're going to go, but we're going to see the windy weather moving through once we get a change in those highs. The highs at the moment are the reason why things are fairly settled in the New Zealand area in particular. So apart from a bit of rain and a little bit of wind through Cook Strait on Friday today, that's really about it as far as severe weather is concerned. That's all from me. Have a great weekend. It is a long weekend, so we're not back again until Tuesday. We'll see you then.